I am Ollie Taylor from Wisdom and Wayfinder, and I thought I'd have a little bit of a different kind of conversation. And that is, a lot of business owners think that they're in control of their business. They operate under this assumptionist identity, but the reality is that their business owns them. And what I mean by that is that they've built this successful business based on their expertise, their relationships, their ability to deliver results and get things done. But those strengths that have built the business have now become the liability for them. And so they're trapped in this business where their team relies on them for every decision. Their clients refuse to work with anyone else. And then their growth is limited by their personal bandwidth. And so from the outside, it looks like they've built this really thriving, successful business. But on the inside, what's happening is that they feel like they're in a golden cage. A lot of business owners, they've made themselves indispensable to the business and somehow invisible at the same time, right? Because everyone relies on them, but nobody sees what it costs them to be that foundation of the business. And so they're stuck experiencing the decision fatigue. They have a calendar that gets devoured before the week even begins. And there's this constant tension and stress of knowing that everything rests on their shoulders. And so these are the things that most business owners kind of rush past when you're in a conversation with them. They've outgrown sort of the earlier challenges and hurdles of starting their business, and they have something successful, but now they're just sort of quietly trapped in this machine that they've built. And so part of what I do at Wisdom and Wayfinder, what I've created is something called the Liberation Lab. And the Liberation Lab is more than just another strategy session. What we do is we take a clear-eyed look at how their business actually functions. Not the vision in their head, not their organizational chart that they've got posted on the wall somewhere. We're gonna get a real clear picture of the daily ecosystem that they're actually operating in. Because the truth is, you cannot optimize a business that is built on your back. And so in 2 sessions, these are the things that we cover. We focus on a client classification system so that you know exactly which of your clients deserve your energy and which don't. We all love to deliver. We love to take care of our clients, but let's be honest, some of the clients aren't worth the value and the effort and the extra energy that you're putting into them. And so if you're trying to give the same level of service to every single client, but you're not charging them all the same, you're doing yourself and your business a disservice. We also create a decision authority matrix so that your employees understand what decisions they can make without you, which ones they can kind of seek your input on, and then which ones are solely in your domain and authority to make those calls. And then of course we focus on the service delivery, which is basically just how do you optimize and deliver the same service every time. There's no, you don't have to spend all this time thinking about how am I going to deliver this? Like, people know what's expected. They know how it gets delivered. They know how it gets done. And so the quality is the same every time that you're delivering it. And deep down, every business owner knows that they should have these systems in place, but they don't, because they typically fear one of 2 things. They fear that everything is going to fall apart if they take the time to step away and actually build these systems, or worse, that they'll make themselves obsolete. And that fear runs pretty deep for a lot of people. The reason why we have this fear is because most of us have sort of inherited these broken business models and outdated ideas of what leadership actually looks like. And we've been operating under playbooks that have been written by people who prioritize growth at all costs without thinking of what's on the other side of that. I've said it before, like, when growth at all costs happens in the human body, we call that a cancer. But when we think about it in business, we think that that's the thing that we should be striving for. And I want to completely shift that sort of thinking and mindset. We don't want it at the cost of the things and the people and the relationships that mean the most to us. Not if it means missing another dinner, not if it means, waiting another year where that passport collects more dust, and that dream vacation that your spouse has been asking you to take them on gets pushed back. Most of the business owners that that are really successful, they're admired, they're accomplished, and yet they're quietly drowning in everything that they're doing. And they can't really say it out loud. They can't say it out loud to their team, right? Because you don't want to scare your employees off. They definitely don't want to say it to their spouse, right? Especially if they're the primary breadwinner. And sometimes they don't even want to say it to themselves, because then somewhere there's this feeling of guilt or shame, or I built this thing wrong, or I made the wrong decisions. They tell themselves that it's just a rough quarter, it's just a rough phase, we'll get through it, we'll kind of get on the other side of it. But it doesn't have to be a phase, especially if it's been going on for a couple years now, right? Things aren't going to change until you do, until you take a new action. And that's what the Liberation Lab is all about. And so if any part of that resonated with you, I'm going to invite you to come and talk to me after the meeting. I can tell you a little bit more about the program, what it entails, more things, the investments, and then of course, determine if you're the right fit for the program. I'm intentionally keeping it small because I want to work with people. I'm more concerned about working with people who are aligned, who have a vision and want to accomplish something more than just growth at all costs. There's plenty of hustle bros and all that on social media that you can go find. I want to do things differently. I want to help you find your own way forward in business. And so talk to me after the meeting. And again, that's what Wisdom and Wayfinder is all about. So thank you.